So the toolkit is a practical guide for frontline asylum officials, NGOs, lawyers, advice providers, volunteers to help them to identify when a person might be stateless.
It gives you a lot of questionnaires, lists, indicators to look for that can help you identify and address statelessness.
It covers rules and standards in international law, as well as national legislation, practices, and policies, which makes it a comparative tool.
So it is a resource that is much needed for a lot of practitioners.
We're really excited about this new project. The project is going to allow us to develop more toolkits in more countries that are tailored to the national context.
The ultimate vision is to create a global network of well-equipped professionals who can identify and address statelessness whenever it occurs.
Many of those who work on statelessness do not really know first what they deal with and what statelessness actually is.
Stateless people may not always know that they are even stateless.
Many frontline workers struggle to pinpoint statelessness due to the lack of a standardized tool. So we began working with a pilot in France, partnering with local refugee support organizations to create a toolkit that would work in real-world settings.
It includes real-life stories, case law, checklists, and explains steps to take. This makes it easier to recognize when an individual might be stateless and how to handle their cases.
As it often happens in my practice, when statelessness is not identified, this leads to people ending up in a legal limbo without access to proper status, without access to rights and services.
There are two common misconceptions that, first of all, statelessness is not at all linked to asylum, and that statelessness, and the second misconception is that statelessness is always linked to asylum.
The toolkit has a special section just for stateless refugees.
So it will hopefully help asylum and frontline practitioners by giving them an extra resource with information about what statelessness is, what's the relevant legal frameworks, what are their rights and entitlements in international law and also in the national context.
Asylum practitioners are obviously on the front line of addressing the complex migrant and refugee issue, and the idea behind their involvement in the toolkit is to make their job more easier and more effective.
The toolkit is the reference for giving visibility to the status quo of statelessness on a national level.
So it's about turning invisibility into visibility and opening doors to security and dignity.